Hey everybody, I figured it was about time to make a little update on myself, a little video. Eating my lunch out here on the porch, beautiful day. I'm enjoying this place, it's been great. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that my hair has really grown out. It's getting long now. I went through about a year of chemo, and then they wanted me to start another type of chemo. Everything that they thought was negative, they found a positive. Oh, it happens occasionally. I'm going to be the odd man out. Anyways, so I started on some other chemo. And then at the end of last year, Medicaid decided that I owned too much. So I lost Medicaid. And I got one more treatment, and I got a bill for $1,500, about $1,500 for one of these treatments. And I said, at the time I was getting $800 a month. How can you afford $1,500 every 3 weeks? Because that's what it would have ended up to be. And I wasn't going to go into debt for that crap. I don't believe half the crap they told me. I think half the stuff that they were doing, they just wanted to see if they could kill me. Now I'm just joking around, but it seemed like it. Anyway, since then, I have said, oh look, if you look up there, you can see a little hummingbird and bird feeder. Anyways, since then, I just quit going and getting treatments. It seemed like in this area I was having problems finding doctors. Nobody would give me prices. How much is this going to cost me? Nobody would tell me. It depends. On what? You know how long it takes. You know how much the medicine is. Anyways, I just decided I'm not going to keep trying to kill myself to get these treatments. I don't think it's doing much good, and like this new oncologist I got said, that the medicine that they put me on does the same thing. And that's what I read too. So why keep going and getting $1,500 every 3 week treatments? And that's after insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, why keep getting those treatments if I'm already taking something that does the same thing? So I quit. Anyways, since then, I've gotten clean bills of health on everything. I just went and saw my oncologist yesterday, and he went over all the blood tests and said everything looked really good, except the CT that they just did showed a dark spot in the other breast. I don't know. I saw the breast surgeon, and he was like, meh. Saw the nephrologist, and he was like, we keep an eye on. Anyways, I don't have to see any of these other people for who knows how long. Except now they want to do like a. You'd think I'd get half price. I've only got one boob left. I want to do a mammogram, and then they want to do a ultrasound on it as well. And copays on that is $275 or something, $175. I forget now. But anyways, so I think they're just trying to nickel and dime me to death, and I'm good. My oncologist yesterday was looking over my records, and he was like, man, I ask you how you're doing, and you tell me you're doing terrific. And I am. I feel great. He says he doesn't see how. So I asked myself, how am I supposed to be feeling? Buddy, you got me confused. How am I supposed to feel? None of these treatments, nothing they've done has really bothered me. In fact, I think the thing that bothered me the most was the port that I had in. Up in Columbus, they said, oh, everybody will use that port. Nobody used that port except for the oncologist. Later on, she said, well, that's what it was for. It was just for her. And I thought, I didn't need it. It's uncomfortable. You put a piece of plastic under your skin. See if you can sleep. And a lot of bigger people, they come in there and say, their port has flipped. They can't even use it. Anyways, I got it taken out, and the surgeon was like, here's a prescription for some pain pills. Gave it to my daughter-in-law. My daughter-in-law says she probably won't take them. I'll get it filled anyways. So I was still kind of out of it when he was talking to her, but I woke up and I felt like I had a really nice nap. We went out. I think we hit some garage sales. You know, they say, after this, go home and take it easy. We're out running around. I think we might have even went out to eat. I don't remember because I wasn't allowed to eat there. Anyways. So I got these pain pills. He wrote out a prescription for 5 of them. Oxycodone. And I went to pick them up. Cost me 15 cents after my insurance. And you know what? They're still sitting in the kitchen. I don't want them. I don't need that stuff. The only pain I have is pain in the lower back with some of the stuff they want to do, or some of the stuff they say. I shouldn't be feeling good. But anyways, before I could get this thing taken out, I had to go see the doctor. They tell me 3 days. Well, they told me on Friday I was having the surgery on the following Tuesday. So, 3 business days. And they tell me, oh yeah, you need to go see your doctor and get the pre-op stuff done. I said, well, now you tell me. Okay, so call my primary care. She's not in. The people down here are, a few days here and a few days somewhere else and a few days somewhere else. Anyways. So I see an associate of hers. And they do echo, I guess, something in the office there. And she says, oh, your heart is beating. Every now and again it kind of backfires or something. I don't know. It makes a noise. And I said, yeah, it's been there. They gave me all of these chemo treatments with it. So, oh no, she won't clear me for surgery. And, this was on Monday. I said, look, I'm having surgery tomorrow. If I can't go in and have this surgery, I'm liable to just rip this thing open and pull it out myself. It's that uncomfortable. She said, okay, well, I'll send you to the heart doctor. So she sends me to a heart doctor down the road. And this guy listens to my heart and looks at the paperwork and all the crap that they were doing. And he says, Well, you're just having like a twilight sleep, right? Yeah. I don't see any problem with that. But, now this is kind of worrisome. You got this little hiccup in your heart. And I said, it's been there, you know. Well, I'd like to get you on a treadmill and check you out. And I said, that won't be happening for a while. I am not going to let these people scare me. I think that's half of the problems that most people have is that the doctors say shit and then it scares the shit out of you. Like, oh, you've got cancer. Oh no, I'm gonna die. That's not what that means. Shit, anymore they just cut everything out. Anyways, because of all this crap, they told me not to use any of my herbs. I've been kind of down in the dumps about that because I want to use my herbs. But some of the medications I'm on, and it's only a couple of medications, nobody can even believe that one, but a couple of these medications, and they don't know how it's going to react with the herbs that you want to take. Well, I guess we're going to find out. They're trying to get me off of one of the medications. I don't know what the holdup is. Metoprolol. It was prescribed to me to lower my blood pressure. 200 milligrams later, and my new doctor says, your heart rate is not high enough. Your heart rate's in the 40s. Is that normal? I said, yeah, it has been. I'm a smart ass. Anyways, she's been taking me off of it slowly but surely. I gotta keep an eye on my blood pressure, which I'm horrible about doing. The heart doctor says, why have they got you on hydralazine? They should give you something better than that. Well, not up to me, he says. Oncologist says, you are still taking the anti-estrogen. Yes, I am still taking that. Oh, I need some more of it. Oh, then I better send that in. I said, only if you want me to keep taking it. Anyways, that's all that's been happening with me. I'm not driving around as much. I'm enjoying some hummingbirds out here. And some smiling sunflowers. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.